the audience. All right, there's like 5 people. You will learn quickly, don't worry. That first whistle releases the pack. Those are the blockers. The girls who are scoring points have the stars on their helmets. Right now we see Toucan Slam at the front of the pack. She's your lead jammer. That girl right there is now in position to score points for her team in black, the Saints of Slaughter. As she skates through, she is the lead jammer. She can call it off at any time. If not, it goes for a 2-minute jam. And then we start the whole thing over again. She gets through the pack. And that's a grand slam in roller derby. 5 points on the board. That's the maximum you can score in a single pass. Meanwhile, Rearranger takes a seat in the Clearwater Casino penalty box. So think about what she's done. No poker chips for her tonight. Toucan Slam, meanwhile, breaks through that pack yet again. 5 the hard way. That's right. Another grand slam for the girls in black. They are not taking any prisoners tonight. As the pack up there with Asanya Face gives a little booty block right up front to Anya Az, knocking her in bounds. You've got to stay in bounds when you make a pass, ladies and gentlemen. That is important in roller derby as it is in life itself. Always keep it in between the lines. Toucan Slam once again races through this pack. 5 more points. There's 5 Pola Lola. Anya Az breaks through the pack. Now on her scoring pass, of course not your lead jammer, Toucan Slam calls off the jam using her authority. We'll see what they make of it. That immediately splits the pack, folks, is what that does. That releases those jammers right away. They hit that pack with a vengeance, both of them getting through. Medusa gets the nod, however, just on that inside line as she skates through as your lead jammer for the local ladies. Cutthroat Callie, meanwhile, trying to get through that last line of defense. Looks like Mai Tai smashed in vicious, giving her fist, but she does make it through and begins her scoring pass as well. Medusa smashing in the back of that pack, getting escorted to the out-of-bounds marker on turn 1. And now she's looking to make her way around. She calls it off, but not before scoring. An interesting pack formation here. They line up right on top of the jammers. Jammers immediately being let go. Night Mary trying for that last grab there. It looks like Rearranger giving her fist for the last line of defense. Night Mary is in fact your lead jammer. Ralph Mahler begins her scoring pass as well. Lava City now condensing their pack, trying to do whatever they can to keep these points from being scored on the board. A big shoulder check by Aretha Brakeland. Yeah. Gotcha. We've got a team timeout. About 26 minutes left to go in this first period of roller derby. Fast that I can even announce it. Toucan Slam, your lead jammer before the turn even began. That is absolutely crazy. Right now, of course, the Saints of Slaughter enjoying a pack advantage here, outnumbering the pack 3-2. And they are taking full advantage of that. Toucan Slam calls it up. As they skate forward here, we'll see one of their arms go up, and that will designate the lead jammer. When you see the referee with his arm up, that's Hunter right now with his arm up. That's the lead jammer. And that's Cutthroat Callie herself, skating away from the pack for the Smokin Ashes. Meanwhile, Medusa begins her scoring pass as well. Big shoulder check there. She enters the pack. Cutthroat Callie, though, making her way to the outside and calling it off. Big fighting going on there between both jammers and the opposing packs. Darth Mauler skates through. She may have teleported. I'm not sure how she made it through that pack. Regardless, she is your lead jammer. As we see one of the Smokin Ashes make her way to the Clearwater Casino penalty box. Night Mary beginning her scoring pass now. Looking to get some of those points on the board. As Darth Mauler now tries to fight her way through this pack with an amazing juke. She gets through and then a big shoulder check to the inside line. Toucan Slam going up against Anya Az right now. Both jumping off that jam line. Big wall of black up front. Aretha Brakeland's Rearranger and Asanya Face keeping her back, but Toucan Slam skates on through as your lead jammer for the girls in black. Rearranger yet again, taking another trip to the Clearwater Casino penalty box. It's going to make things just about even now in the pack. As Toucan slams, skates through. That's a 4-point pass. 4-point pass for the girls in black as they keep extending their lead. Here we've still got plenty of time yet to go. Big shoulder check right in front of the announcer's booth. That was panty dropper laying down the defense here. Little reciprocal shoulder check there by Aretha Brakelands in the pack. They are so catty, you know? Jeez Louise. One team that's even able to score points when the jammer spends time in the penalty box, that is absolutely detrimental to that team, because it means it's going to be all about the defense now. Smokin Ash is doing their best. They've got a yellow picket line there, but Medusa will not be outdone. That's your lead jammer for the girls in black. Lava City bringing their pack back in order here. The girls in black are doing their best to punch open as many holes as they can. Mai Tai smash with a big shoulder check up front there as Medusa tries to make her way through that wall of yellow. Sprung from prison for good behavior, Anya Az makes her way through, begins her scoring pass, but Medusa gets a grand slam. Big impact hits up there in front. Looks like Cutthroat Callie trying to get by that last side defense. She does make her way on the inside line, and that's your lead jammer for the girls in yellow. Skating away from that pack like all she's worth. Meanwhile, Darth Mauler on her scoring pass as well. Both jammers looking to call those points as best they can. That setup here. This is the way the pack usually looks. Now that first whistle releases the pack as they cross their pivot line, as it's called, the front line there. As they cross that line, we see a quick double whistle, and that's the jammers are released. And there we go. Ready to rock and roll yet again. Another 2-minute jam on the clock. Fighting her way on that outside line. Toucan slam. Ladies and gentlemen, your lead jammer. Meanwhile, Night Mary trying to get by Carbon Dioxide, Body Beatdown, and Vicious up front as Mai Tai Smasha takes a turn in the old Suquamish Clearwater Resort penalty box. That's no resort though, is it? You think about what you've done. Vicious gonna join her in the penalty box. They're filling up with bad girls from Slaughter County here on both teams. And that's Medusa. She gets the nod from Bipolar Lola. That's your lead jammer. And with a shoulder check parting shot from Aretha Brakelands, Anya Az begins her scoring pass as well. Lava City enjoying a pack advantage here in numbers. It's 3-2 in the pack. With a whip by Aretha. Medusa looking for that outside line. She calls it off. There we go. Pack is split immediately, meaning the jammers go right off the bat, which is we've seen a lot of that tonight. There we go. Cutthroat Callie, your lead jammer before turn one has even ended. Cutting her way through that pack and skating around. Meanwhile, Darth Mauler begins her scoring pass now. Bonnie beat down with a little parting shot there, and Cutthroat Callie skates through. There you go, Night Mary, your lead jammer, ladies and gentlemen. Smokin Ashes are out here with a vengeance, looking to tighten up this score. As Toucan Slam begins her scoring pass now. This pack skating away at a breakneck pace. Just skating away from both of these jammers. And that's the... Medusa's been averaging about 2.5 points per jam. She's She's been lead jammer just about as many times as she's been on the jam line. But this time, that's going to Anya Adds. That's your lead jammer, folks. For the Smokin' Ashes, here we go. Smokin' Ashes have pulled lead jammer the last 3 jams. They're coming back with a vengeance here. Skating through the front of that pack. Here we go. Looks like Darth Mauler looking to get by that last line of defense, and she does. Getting right by Slayer there at the end. Excellent effort by Slayer, though. Keep Darth Mauler at bay for even just a moment. And Cutthroat Cali begins her scoring pass now. Defense lining up as we see 1-1 in the penalty box now. It's even Stevens. Both teams short 1 skater on the track. Darth Mauler amazingly staying inbounds after that shoulder check in the front of the pack. Scoring 4 points, but it's 4 points for the Smokin' Ashes as well. Not about to give up. Cutthroat Cali skating away as though her life depended on it. And on the flat track, sometimes it does. 2 points for the girls in black. Can Slam, responsible for 31 of the points you see on the board here tonight. She is looking to increase that drive, trying to get by that last line defense. Running the track call, Can Slam, use that to her advantage. A little misdirection on the flat track, and she skates away as her lead jammer. Looks like this is another power jam for the girls in black. And Can Slam skating through again. Throwing more of those points on the board. That's a grand slam for the girls in black. James and Slaughter now have 60 points on the board. Heavily outnumbered Smokin' Ashes in that pack. Looking to do whatever they can. Dirty Joe, his little parting shot, but that's not going to stop Toucan. And yet again, we've got a full house in the Clearwater Casino penalty box for the Smokin' Ashes. It's going to be an uphill battle defensively for the girls in yellow. With an amazing juke to get by the last line of defense. Asanya Face is now your lead jammer. Volatile doing everything she can up front there for the Smokin' Ashes. Big shoulder check by Medusa. Knocking Nightmare out of bounds there. A lot of physicality going on in the pack. That's what I like to see in my roller derby. As Asanya Face makes her way through that last line defense for 5 points the hard way. That's Asanya Face, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, Nightmare trying to get by that Saints of Slaughter sandwich. Vicious and Medusa laying down the herd at the front of the pack. As Sonya skating through and calling it off. 15 of the 74 points you see on the board right now. Big scrum there. Right as the pack lets off, but Darth Mauler finds her way through on the inside line as your lead jammer. And she skates away. We're going to score some of those points. Mai Tai smashed and Bonnie Beatdown with a big hit up front against Anya Adds. A lot of hitting up front there. Bonnie Beatdown with a parting shot. Darth Mauler skates through with a grand slam. Passing Anya Adds, who herself has now freed the pack. Mai Tai Smasha joining Vicious in the penalty box. It's going to be a large pack advantage right now for the girls in yellow. We'll see what they make of it. Darth Mauler jumping the apex and calling it off at the same. Came right out of Cutthroat Cali. Trying to get by those defenders up front. Cutthroat Cali making her way out and through. That's her lead jammer for the girls in yellow. Toucan Slam clearing the pack herself. This is a breakneck pace we're seeing here with the pack. Just about skating away from both of these jammers. Cutthroat for the girls in yellow. Big shoulder check there at the back of the pack. Looked like brutal booty, if my eyes don't deceive me, knocking Medusa out of bounds. Meanwhile, up front, Nightmary's your lead jammer. As she skates away in this Smokin' Ash's power jam. Ladies and gentlemen, Medusa been a bad girl. She cut the track, and that's no good. That's going to leave the door wide open for the girls in yellow. This is exactly what the doctor ordered with about 6 minutes left to go in this first period. Getting points on the board. That's 4 points. A 4-point pass. There we go. Pack is called. And that's going to release that jammer, Anya Az, who is trying to break through that sea of black, and she does break through as your lead jammer here during this Smokin' Ash's power jam. Doing just about a 180 there. That was an amazing piece of footwork there by Anya Az. Now what Asanya Face just did there was she just bumped her out of bounds and then escorted her to the back of the pack again. You've got to keep it in bounds, but if you can't, you must come in behind the blocker that knocked you out. I hope I explained that correctly. Maybe I didn't. Meanwhile, 5 more points on the board for the girls in yellow. And here we go. Anya Az, some amazing footwork, breaking her way through that pack. Another 5 points. And the girls from Oregon say, don't call it a comeback, because we've been here for years. That's Anya Face taking her own turn, the sin bin over there. Medusa, as fast as she came on the track, escorted right back off the track again. But here we see Anya Az now sitting in the Clearwater Casino Resort penalty box, and that's going to release our hometown girl Medusa here. Because you just cannot have 2 jammers in the box at the same time. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Meanwhile, Medusa trying to break through this pack that is just skating away as though on fire. Big front line of defense there. Anya Az back on the track for time served. It's the exact amount of time served by the opposing jammer in the box. So she's back out, ready for action. Another 5-point pass for the girls in yellow. Pack is split, meaning the jammers are immediately released. Bonnie beat down, Mai Tai smashed in, Aretha Breakland setting up a heck of a line of defense up there in front. But nothing doing, says Cutthroat Callie. I am lead jammer anyway. She skates through. And the Smokin' Ashes here have been enjoying lead jammer for the last 4 jams in a row. Skating through, calling it off. Looking to find an open hole. Both of these jammers trying to get through. The pack is not giving anything away for free this time, folks. It's all about the defense here. Just squeaking through on that outside line. Nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. That's your lead jammer. And the Ashes are going 5 jams in a row. Lead jammer here. Let's see what they make of it. Two-can slam now beginning her scoring pass. All the way up there with a nutsy inside. Saints of Slaughter enjoying a slight pack advantage here. As it's 5-4 on the flat track right now. Big hits going on up there on turn 1 as Asanya Face squeaks through that pack. I don't know how she made it through there, but she did. That's your lead jammer. As Anya Az is on her scoring pass right now. This pack skating away once again, trying to outpace these jammers. Asanya Face looking to get by that wall of yellow up front. Just a reminder, if you are 21 and over, check out the Toad House Beer Garden. Those are the best seats in the house, I'm here to tell you. I just got back from there myself. And just getting back from awesome is Two-Can Slams. Getting away is your lead jammer for the girls in black. Faster than I can even say it. Cutthroat Callie trying to get through all the way up to, and Aretha Breakland's nothing doing though. send her back to the flat track. Meanwhile, two-can slam right through the center of that pack. That's a grand slam. This pack is incredibly fast, ladies and gentlemen. Getting dizzy up here. Immediately the pack is split, the jammers released. Both trying to find their way through this wall of blockers. Medusa looking for the outside line, she gets it. Skating away is your lead jammer. Nightmare trying to get that inside line, she does. On one skate, back down again. Mai Tai Smashia had missile lock on her, but had to let her go for fear of breaking the pack. Meanwhile, Medusa right in the thick of things. Big shoulder check right at the end of that. 3 points herself during this bout. One of the high scorers for Slaughter County. Anya Az, not to be trifled with herself, scoring 20 points herself. And right now, showing us what she does best. Lead jammer, skating through that pack for the girls in yellow. A lot of hits going on here. Darth Mahler skates throwing her scoring pass. Anya Az sees her coming, calls it off, but now two-can slam. I've said it before, I'll say it again. She's good for about 6 points per jam on average during this bout. That is an amazing threat when you are looking at this kind of a point differential. Smokin is doing everything they can to shut her down, but nothing doing. She skates through, and that's your lead jammer yet again. Two-can slam, ladies and gentlemen. Getting back into that pack right in the thick of things, trying to get through the wall of yellow. Mai Tai Smashia looking on from the Clearwater Casino Resort penalty box. Big shoulder check to the inside there. I think we saw some jammer on jammer action. With Medusa not afraid to throw a shoulder check or two herself. Rear Ranger, meanwhile, up in front of the pack. Aki's last line defense. Bipolar Lola, yes, that is the lead jammer position. Right at the front, she's giving him the nod. Medusa, meanwhile, skating through on her scoring pass. There we go. Nightmare in and out of that pack. I saw your face with some interesting blocking there by Cutthroat Callie right at the back of that pack. So she may have forced a cutting the track. Expertly played by Cutthroat Callie. Meanwhile, no pack, says Seymour. You ladies better get it together, he says. You gotta have the pack within 20 feet from skater to skater. You cannot stretch it out further than that. Doing so angers the Derby gods. Meanwhile, 5 points for the Smoke and Ashes. Anya Az skating away in this power jam for the girls from Oregon. Big hit there. Anya Az goes down with a flat track. Still up and out trying to score those points. Get by carbon dioxide. Mai Tai Smashia. Looks like some penalties may have been drawn on the defensive side as we start to fill up the Clearwater Casino Resort penalty box. Carbon dioxide, Mai Tai Smashia going in there as the jam ends. Jam of the night, I believe. This is a power jam for the Smoke and Ashes, and they're off. Jam number 7 in this second period here. And here they go. A on your face, ladies and gentlemen, out of the penalty box and onto the flat track, taking out the opposing jammer and skating through to be your lead jammer. Sonya Face takes no prisoners on and off the flat track. I've seen her on the dance floor as well. Do not mess around with Sonya Face. She's calling off, and they're off. Goodness gracious, Nightmare skating like a maniac on the flat track right now. Your lead jammer. Darth Mauler, not about to be outdone in a flash dance maneuver, skating by her Cutthroat Callie scoring 19 points herself. But this two-can slam this time, getting away as your lead jammer. 50 of the points on the board right now belong to two-can slam as she skates away, looking to increase that number right now. This pack once again skating away at a breakneck pace. And the penalty box filling up there, and the jam was, thank goodness my pants are polyester. That's all I have to say. Medusa looking to get her way across the front of that line, instead meeting the flat track. Back up and at him sooner than I can even call it out, and Medusa is your lead jammer. Skating by that last line of defense. Meanwhile, having fits in the middle of the pack by Sonya Face and that booty block on your abs. Looking to get through, and she does begin her scoring pass. Medusa skates her way through the pack for 4 points. And then she calls, probably telling dirty jokes to each other, as Derby girls are wont to do. Nightmare looking to get by that last line defense all the way up to, and Aretha Franklin cannot hold her back. And that is your lead jammer for the Smokin' Ashes. Meanwhile, Double Deluxe makes her way to the penalty box to think about what she's done. Big hip check there by Aretha Franklin. The Smokin' Ashes enjoying a slight pack advantage here. But regardless, the pack has been thinned out for both teams. We'll see what the Jammers make of it as they try to weave their way through this pack. Cutthroat Callie looking to get by Vicious, and she does. That's a lead jammer position for the girls in yellow. Big hip check there. Takes two-can slam out of bounds. She comes back in and begins her scoring pass. But it's all about Cutthroat Callie now as she skates through that pack, and I tell ya, I get winded walking to the beer garden and back again. These skaters have been hitting this flat track as hard as they can this entire time. There we go, Medusa, your lead jammer. And this is going to be a power jam for the Saints of Slaughter. As Anya As gets sent to the old Clearwater Casino Resort sin bin to think about what she's done. That was a low block, I believe, for the opposing jammers. Medusa scores a 5-point pass, ratcheting up the score with a little attempted open field whip there by Aretha, but instead Aretha is going to go right back to the penalty box, or maybe not. I don't know. It's craziness. Whatever the case may be, that's 5 more points on the board for the girls in black. Big picket line there of Smokin' Ashes. Medusa, though, unfazed. Skating through 5 more points, ladies and gentlemen. That's a 15-point jam from Medusa. Skating to about midway in that pack. Look at, all right. Nice. Looking to get some points on the board. There we go. Nightmare skating through as your lead jammer. Darth Mauler, meanwhile, stymied at about the front of the pack there. Trying to get her way by. Looks like... Oh, looking for a cut in the track call. Smokin' Ashes have to settle for non-lead jammer position to the opposing jammer, Darth Mauler. Meanwhile, Nightmare skating through and calling it off. Slam to begin to dance. If you like what you see, check it out. At Kelly's 19th hole, there's going to be all kinds of dancing there tonight. Must be 21 and over, of course, but we want you to join us. Not to be outdone. The rest of the and they're off. There we go. Pack is split, meaning the jammers go right off the bat. Cutthroat Cali with a big jump off that line and stymied on the front line by a wall of black. Two-can slam breaks her way through that pack. Your lead jammer yet again. Cutthroat Cali going to the penalty box. That's going to set up a grand slam here. Bad news for the girls in yellow. That is not what they like to see here. With about 13 and a half minutes left to go in this bout. Two-can slam, the Saints of Slaughter with a spinning pirouette. Two-can slam. 5 more points on the board. Going up against Double Deluxe there. Two-can slam, looking for that outside line, and she gets it. Getting through another 5 points for Two-can slam. Smokin Ashes sending girls to the penalty box like it's going out of style. Disabler and Knickerblocker spending some time in the Clearwater Casino penalty box. Meanwhile, Two-can slam with another 5 points as she skates through this now thinned out pack. Slaughter County is a stutter stepping there from the pack. Looking to confuse and disorient these jammers. Medusa getting escorted out of bounds there by the Smokin Ashes. She's back in, and Adam, fast that I can even say it, she's a fighter. She will not be outdone. Looking to get by that last line defense. Big shoulder check there by Dame Deviant. That's going to send her to the sin bin. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Those big hits are worth it. But Medusa skating through as your lead jammer now. Looking to get some of those points on the board for her team. In the middle of this pack, it's going to be all about number 86 on defense, Volatile, trying to open up a hole for her skater. Anya Az skating through on her scoring pass now. No pack called, meaning it's anybody's business doing whatever they can. And that's 5 points on the board for Medusa. And she skates through for the Saints of Slaughter. 4 points on the board, answered right back by Anya Az and the girls in yellow. Mass confusion reigns near the penalty box. Girls hitting the flat track, coming back up again. Right through that pack, my goodness, I couldn't even see it happen. Darth Mauler skating faster than the eye can catch. Nightmare getting her scoring pass as well. Darth Mauler blasting through her own blockers and opposing blockers alike. 4 points on the 3 points, all by her lonesome this bout. We'll see what she can do now, but it's all about Two-can slam. Your lead jammer skating around this track. Looking at more of those points. And to add insult to injury, it's a power jam here. Looks like we had some back blocking for the opposing jammer. That's going to leave the door wide open for that grand slam for Two-can slam. Ratcheting up this point differential here. With about 9 minutes left to go in this bout. Nice shoulder check there as a potting shot. I believe that was Dame Deviant on the outside. Nevertheless, Two-can slam, 5 more points. Pack just about coming to a standstill in front of your announcers bench here. Looking to meet up with Two-can slam. They've got to do something to keep this onslaught of points from being thrown up on the board by the girls in black. Volatile tries to give her a parting shot, but Two-can. Interesting pack formation there. Ashes looking to face their jammer, but nonetheless, Medusa still the lead jammer before turn 1 has even completed. The pack still on turn 1. As Medusa hits the pack with a vengeance. Looking to get by that last line defense for the girls in yellow. Slayer with a little parting shot there, but Medusa skates right on by. That's a grand slam, ladies and gentlemen. Smokin Ashes jammer, Cutthroat Cali back on the flat track. As Brutal Booty gets sent to the Clearwater penalty box. Medusa, meanwhile. Here we go. Pack is immediately called. The hush call over the audience. Both jammers are released. Darth Waller smashing it for that pack. Just getting lead jammer with a big shoulder check there against Molotov. She skates away to lead jammer. Meanwhile, the goal wide open on the inside line. There's number one on the ad, tries to capitalize on it. Instead, she gets stymied. Recycled to the back of that pack. Darth Waller giving everything she can to smash it to the pack. Big wall of black. My top smasher, rearranger. And looks like Bishop. Up front there, they're trying to do whatever they can. The light positional blocking there makes all the difference. Anya has just scored it out of bounds by Bishop. Meanwhile, Darth Mahler looking to get by that last line of defense. There's a heck of a wall of yellow up front. Bishop comes in with a supporting block, opening up a hole. And it's just Darth Mahler. Hey, all right, nice work, dear guy. Thank you for the backup on that one. Look at that inside line, she gets it. That's her lead jam during the Stinks and Saw Power Jam. A little parting shot there by Disabler. She can't slam now, skates away with that telltale smile on her face. How can you miss it? Skating into the pack and back out again. Faster, I can even say it. Two-hand slam, 5 points on the board. Stinks and Slaughter now knocking on the door of a 200-point game here. Let's see what they do. Two-can slam meeting with some opposition there in front. We've got a picket line of yellow. Smokin ashes. Not going to let anything go. All the way up though with a big supporting block there. Trying to open up a hole for another girl. Two-can slam. Two-can slam being escorted to the out-of-bounds line. That's going to cost the Smokin ashes a penalty. And it's going to let Two-can slam right through the front. 4-point pass for the girls in black. Anya Ash, thrown from the penalty box, looking to get some of those points for her team on the board here late in this bout. She can slam now, smashing through the front of that pack, pulling it off. Now, and she is on that jam line against Night Mary. Big block out of bounds there, putting Medusa out of bounds. Only out of commission for a split second though. Medusa is one of those skaters you've got to keep your eye on. You cannot just knock her out and think that she's down for the count. As she skates away now as your lead jammer. Looks like we had a little cut in the track call there on the right before turn one. Nobody sent to the box though, no problem. Just a minor penalty. Live with minors around here. That, however, was a major infraction. Bipolar Lola and saying you've got to go to the old sin bin. Slaughter County almost sending too many skaters out. Darth Mahler unfazed by the confusion though, in fact reveling in it as she becomes your lead jammer for the girls in black. It's going to be all about the defense here as the Smoking Ashes set up a wall up front. Looking for some hits, but getting nothing. Darth Mahler cutting through the pack like a lightsaber. 5 points on the board for the girls in black. Darth Mahler looking for the outside line, getting knocked out of bounds with an excellent booty check there by Disabler. Darth Mahler, of course, right back in that pack with another 5-point pass. Darth Mahler good for 41 points on her own during this bout and counting right now. Adding to her stat sheet as we speak. Night Mary entering the pack. Medusa pushing and pulling her way through that pack. That's your lead jammer here. Remember, The jam clock in red is what we watch. Even though the period clock has struck 0, the jam clock may still unwind the full time that we're allotted. Medusa, of course, in full control of this jam. Being your lead jammer, she may call it off at any time she likes. Dame Deviant fighting her way through that pack, instead getting a booty block by a Sonya Face at the back of that pack. As Medusa scores 4 points on that pass. Medusa hitting that pack once again on the outside line, just about untouched. That's a grand slam for the girls in black. My goodness. Kitsap Slaughter with the 2-2 score. It's wish time. Medusa undaunted, unwilling, in fact, to end this jam. Knocked just out of bounds. It turned out to be maybe an illegal block, I'm not sure, I missed that one, but regardless, 5 more points on the board. Medusa looking at a 14-point jam here and counting. 5 more points on the board for Medusa. 19-point jam for our jammer right now, Medusa. Kitsap Slaughter enjoying a supreme pack advantage right now. 5 more points on the board. They are relentless as Medusa attempts to skate